wait, he's on.
Okay. Thank you. Hello everyone. I know it's been over a week since I've done a live video. I went in for surgery, as you know, and it was pretty successful. I'm in pain, but I'm doing all right, and I'm recovering. I was debating what the title of this video or what my next topic would be on. I'm gonna do one on the sacrament of confession next. But today I would like to talk about the times we are living in and how I believe we are living in the end times. As you know, my name is John Mariani, and when I was little I had private revelations with Jesus Christ and the Blessed Mother. And the main private revelations stopped in 2013. But the Lord told me that He would be back when the tribulation was getting closer. And He did come back. In the year 2014, He came back. But in the year 2017, 2018, 2019, and 2020, and 2021, He came back not every day, but He did come back with a series of private revelations. As you know, as many of you don't know, I used to live in Canton, Massachusetts. And then I moved out here in Taunton with my fiance. We are both in wheelchairs. We have separate bedrooms. We're trying to get married and have our marriage blessed by the church. But due to the benefit thing, it's difficult because we lose all our benefits if the state finds out. So we're trying to get married so the state doesn't know and the church doesn't under the radar. We're trying our best here to do things by the church. We're not deliberately doing it. We have separate bedrooms. We try to pray every day. So when I moved here in Taunton, the Lord told me to stock up on things that would last. God, and I know in this YouTube channel, I said that I wouldn't talk about my private revelations. But this time the Lord is leading me to talk about them here on YouTube. If many of you don't know my website is johnmariani.homestead.com. johnmariani.homestead.com. It's very difficult to find, but if you go to Prophetic Dreams given to John Lawrence Mariani, you click on the link. You'll be able to find the link. johnmariani.homestead.com. When I first moved to Taunton, the Lord told me to stock up on things that would last. Stock up on things that would last. This is when COVID first broke out. I went into my chapel where I am now. As you can see, you can't see much, but I have a bunch of Bibles. I have the St. Michael statue on the altar and other things, but you can't see the whole thing now. But when I first moved in here, the Holy Spirit called me in here and said, stock up on things that would last. And then in the year 2020, he told me that it would be one trial after another. The Virgin Mary even said that the world would never be the same again, and that we would need to pray for our bishops to have holy boldness and to stand up for what is right. We are in the beginning of the end times. Now I know I'm talking about my private revelations, but I don't know if any of you have heard of Our Lady of Medjugorje. And when I was little, I knew nothing about Medjugorje. So when my stuff began, I didn't know God could talk to people. But I found out about Medjugorje through a speech pathologist. I went to a special school to suit the needs of the disabled. And that's where God started to come to me, in the school up on the hill. And I found out about Medjugorje through a speech pathologist. The reason why I bring up Medjugorje is because Medjugorje said that we were living in the last days. That was back in the 80s. I don't pay much attention to Medjugorje. I mean, I know about it. I've written 3 letters to one of the visionaries, Marijana. If you want to see those, you can go on my website, johnmariani.homestead.com. But Mary is quoted many times in Medjugorje that we are living in the last days. And there was a prophecy that said that the West would forget God. And it surely has. Those were in the early days of the apparitions. And I believe that this country and many modern nations, they're the ones that are going to bring in the Antichrist. All this COVID virus stuff, all these things, COVID virus, that was the beginning. We are living in the book of Revelation. The 4 horsemen of the apocalypse has been released. Because it's virus after virus, vaccine after vaccine, distraction after distraction. And when COVID first broke out, it was your choice to get the vaccine or not. And then they started forcing it on people. They started forcing it on people and they said, well, if you don't get this, you won't have a job. And I talk about this in my entry on my website called